Hey Astros fans, welcome to today's edition of Extra Innings, the Astros Fans UK next day recap on Astros ball games. Game 95, Astros 5, Rangers 4, winning in 11 innings. Let's dive into the key talking points for a huge, wild rollercoaster win to snap the losing streak and tie the series with 3 up, 3 down. 3 up, leading off Framber Valdez. The Viper was absolutely magnificent in a 6-inning quality start that saw him narrowly out-duel Jacob deGrom for the Rangers. A needless throwing error from Mauricio Dubon on the first play of the game at shortstop had set the wheels in motion for a tough first inning, which saw Framber give up an unearned run on a wild pitch. But after limiting the damage there, we were treated to Framber hitting his stride to the point where he was practically untouchable, culminating in the 5th where he was 1 pitch away from an immaculate inning. Framber worryingly took a Corey Seager comebacker off his right leg in the 6th, but completed the inning to finish a superb outing with only 4 hits, 0 walks and 10 strikeouts. Up second, Zach Short. A dramatic walk-off hit in the bottom of the 11th from the bat of Short and a hugely clutch moment to win the game, just how we wrote it up before, right? Another massive moment from one of our stand-in Stros in this season of unlikely heroes. Boy did we need it, and what a moment for Short. Up third, Jose Altuve. The little boss crunched a homer off deGrom over left to tie the game right away in the bottom of the 1st. It was a really important show of leadership, as if to pick up Framber again and say we would not be dominated in this one. Let's break the rules. Up fourth, Bennett Sousa. With the save having been blown, Sousa came in to pitch in extras and was phenomenal. Bouncing back from a difficult last outing, he dominated a 1-2-3 10th before staying in for the 11th and crucially only giving up 1 run to keep us in the game with the Manfred artificial ghost runner nonsense in effect. What a display from Sousa. Up fifth, Yainer Diaz. He detonated a go-ahead stick of dynamite off deGrom in the 4th for his 13th home run of the season, tied most for an Astros catcher before the All-Star break. Up 6th, Mauricio Dubon. He atoned for the first inning error with a home run in the 7th that should have killed the game. Up 7th, Christian Walker. He had a tough night, but the game-tying sac fly RBI in the 11th rescued the game for us. Up 8th, Brian King. The King of Kings was back on form with a 1-2-3 7th. It's what he does. Up 9th, Kennedy Corona. Joe Espada gambled on removing Altuve in the 9th from a defensive point of view with us trying to close out the game, and when the save was blown, it looked like a failed risk taken. But Corona drew a critical 4-pitch walk in the 11th that pushed the tying run to 3rd. We battered around. And up 10th, Taylor Trammell. What a fantastic catch that was on the slide in centre field in the 2nd. 3 down, first out, Josh Hader. We knew it had to happen eventually, but the timing was terrible, as with 1 out needed to complete a solid 3-2 win. Hader blew his first save of the season on a Kyle Higashioka homer into the Crawford boxes. It would only have been a home run at Dykin Park, but the worry is that Hader has given up homers in 3 of his last 4 outings, something which plagued him in 2024. Second out, Cooper Hummel. A second gargantuan opportunity to win the game came in the bottom of the 10th with the Manfred at 3rd, with 1 out after a sac bunt by Dubon. Hummel was brought in to pinch hit for Bryce Matthews after another hitless game, but could only strike out swinging when a fly ball to the outfield would have won it. Third out, Brian Abreu. The game saw the end of Abreu's scoreless run as well, with a crushed home run by Marcus Semien after a missed failed check swing call by the first base umpire, cutting our lead to 3-2 ahead of the blown save. Abreu should be able to shake this off though. A couple of extra points to finish on. Had to win, did win. That would have unquestionably been the most brutal loss of the season if we hadn't found a way here. Thank goodness we did. And mental strength. Never doubt this team. Yet again we could have folded, and yet again we didn't, digging out a massive win in that 11th. With the win, we improved to 56-39 and stay 6 games ahead atop the AL West. The series decider is next, with Hunter Brown on the mound to take us into the All-Star break. That's it for today's Extra Innings, the next day recap. Let me know your takes on the win in the comments. Make sure you're following at Astros Fans UK on all platforms, and I'll catch you tomorrow for the next edition of Extra Innings. Go Stros!